Greetings, guys. Thank you very much for joining me into our second segment of the day. Welcome to Pip Valley. This is Roy Machingura, your host. So we're going to go through the weekly pre-market preparation of the USDZAR. So we'll be generally looking at what's likely to happen and how we can prepare ourselves to take some good spots out of the movements that we'll be anticipating. You'll see that at the end, I'll give some if-then statements. So which means that I'm not just looking to go to the upside. I'm also looking to go also to the downside. So again, also this week, it being the last weekend of the month, we're also going to look at the monthly analysis. Without wasting much of your time, let's get straight into our analysis. So we'll start with the monthly time frame. As a bigger picture in terms of trend, we have a bullish trend that's forming, right? Then also, if we notice closely over the past 10 months, the price has been making a correction since it had reached this high for the very first time. The other thing that I want to take note of is that if we take a look at the price movement, this 15.26026 has been showing some strength as a resistance zone. As we can see, during this uptrend, the price went first and hit this zone in 2015, then pulled back and went back up again, and around 2018 it made another test and it held as a support zone. Then the price pulled back and then went again and retested it around 2019, around October 2019, and then it held again as a resistance zone, and it was finally broken in 2020. I think this was around March. That's when this successfully broke 15.26206 as a resistance zone. So from this point now, as a breakout rule, we are now waiting for the retest of the support of this zone as a support zone. And as we can see, this unfortunately didn't hold as a support zone and it went and broke it. We can say it was a false breakout and retested it now as a resistance zone, and it has held, and we are anticipating that the price might go to the downside. Let's now drill down maybe in terms of price wise. Since the price had formed a higher high and a lower high here, we'll be expecting two scenarios. If the price breaks below this 14.58221 and pulls back to close below 15.26206, the price will continue the movement to the downside. However, if the price closes above 15.26026, pulls back to retest it as a support zone, it will then move to the upside. So these are the two scenarios that I'm expecting in the monthly time frame based on the structure of the markets and also the price levels that I've just communicated with. So now we move on to the weekly time frame. So I've put back the structures that will the support for the basis of our movement to the upside or to the downside. So now what we can notice that we had a triangle. We also had the head and shoulder pattern, and now we have a double bottom that is formed. And here's a reversal pattern. This is making things a bit interesting in that it's not going to be just a walk in the path as before, where we're just saying, okay, we have a bullish bias, or we have a bearish bias because we have a triangle and a head and shoulder pattern, right, and a bearish breakout. There is now a double bottom with a reversal pattern in the mix. So what we can see is that there is a chance for both sides, right? And you can notice that yes, we have a double bottom, and also yes, we have a triangle and a head and shoulder pattern, which means that there is a likelihood of the price move to either side. Now we have to prepare taking these things into account. Firstly, I would like to cover the bullish aspect of it, right? In the monthly chart, we saw that higher low, which was then followed by a lower high, and we say that usually it's a sign of consolidation, right? So my consolidation area, as far as this chart it's concerned, for me, it's this zone, right? So I really don't want to be biased in any direction unless I see something happening outside this zone. So to be more specific, it's between 14.39096 and 15.21600. So within this zone, that's where I'm saying, okay, the price is consolidating. We said we were going to start with the bullish, right? So as we can notice, we had a double bottom here, and the double bottom, as we said, is a reversal structure. So this 14.39096 zone is shown that it has held as a support zone. So there's a high probability that there is a reversal. So let me remove this. What we are anticipating is that since the price has made a double bottom here, we'll be expecting that if the price moves and breaks above this, maybe get to 15.626, 62851, forming a higher high, and then pulls back to retest this 15.21600 or anyway along this, right, and it holds as a support zone, then we'll be looking to take bullish positions. The bearish aspect of it now, we are relying, number one, on the fact that the price formed a lower high on the monthly chart. Then number two, the bearish structures that we have, the symmetric triangle, the head and shoulder pattern, and the fact that the price made a breakout, right, a bearish breakout. So we're anticipating that the price, since it made a breakout here, retested it and came again, and now it's seeking another retest. So this in turn will actually be a double top, right? So it will be a double top on the 15.21600 resistance zone, right? And if the price forms a lower high here, right, or this zone holds as a resistance zone again, that's what we'll be seeking to take bearish positions from this, backed by the fact that we have that lower high on the monthly time frame and seek to go to the downside. Right? So these are the two scenarios that we'll be expecting. Right? Then the other scenario probably is that the price may continue to range within 15.21600 and 14.39096 because we have that possibility of price consolidating. Right? So these are the three scenarios that we may have. So this is what we'll be expecting on the weekly charts. So now let's move on to the daily time frame. Generally, the market has been trending to the downside. Then we also have that structure, the general structure that we have. Remember that our general structure that we now have two structures. We have a reversal structure, right, and also we have a breakout structure. So our bearish is based on the fact that the price came, broke this zone, right, and now it is retesting it as a resistance zone. It came and retested it here, and it was successful. Then retested it again, forming a double bottom and a lower low, right, and it was successful. And now we can say that it's seeking to retest it again. So if we saw a reversal pattern on this zone, then we'll take bearish trades. Looking at the bullish structure, we are saying that we are looking at it as a reversal structure. So as we can see, the price came to 14.39096, it held, pulled back, then it came again to retest it again now, and it held as a support zone, forming a double bottom in the process. So now we're saying, since we have a double bottom, we are now anticipating a movement to the upside. Even taking this into account, let's get closer to our chart pattern, right? So now, as we can see, the price made this first bottom and the second bottom, right? We're looking at things at a micro level. We can also establish that after this, it also made a double bottom, right? Which means we have a double bottom within a double bottom, if such thing exists, right? So we can notice that this double bottom now is backed up by a reversal structure, which is a morning star bullish engulf combination. So this came and formed a higher high from here, right? It formed a higher high. So what we'll be looking at is the price to pull back, right? If it pulls back and closes above this low, right, forming a lower low, then we'll be anticipating that the price will move to the upside. If you really want to be conservative, another scenario is to wait for the price to break above this zone, wait for it to retest the zone before you get to the upside. So on this, you have a higher probability of the movement to the upside, right? The bearish now aspect of it is if the price moves and breaks this is the first bearish. If it breaks this, right, and closes below 14.39281, retest it as a support zone, and that's where we'll look to take bearish positions to the downside. So the third scenario, other than from a reversal pattern, the breakout pattern, the bearish breakout, as we said on the monthly and the weekly time frame, this zone might be a consolidation zone. So the price may seek to consolidate around this zone. So if the price forms a reversal pattern around this zone, we might seek to take a bearish position right to the downside. So this is the way that you can approach this market. Maybe just a rundown. We have three expectations that we have on this pair. We're expecting a bearish breakout, we're expecting a reversal, and we're also expecting a consolidation. So that leaves me to say you have a very great month ahead. I hope that March will be very good to you. It will be better than February. That's the hope that I always have. I always have that tomorrow is better than yesterday. Tomorrow I'm going to be a better person than I was yesterday. Tomorrow, so the same to you. I'm wishing you a better week. I'm wishing you a better month. I'm wishing you a better day tomorrow. So that leads me to say, manage your risk well, grind the markets with great. Roy Machingura out.